Hi, I'm Joe Weinman with PTC Vision TV, and I have the great honor to be speaking to an old friend today, which is Simon Lee from Sapiens Capital. Simon, welcome.
Thank you, Joe. Good to see you as well.
So Simon is one of the smartest people I know on technology and investments, so maybe let me start out by asking you what you do and how you do it real quick.
Well, I appreciate that. Given the number of people you know, I'm sure that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I do appreciate the sentiment. So I've spent a little over 20 years as a venture investor and just working with emerging technology companies. Got involved in communications and datacom in the really mid-90s and had the fortune to watch it explode, implode for a period, and then resurge in new and interesting ways. And so, you know, the concept and issues around innovation are near and dear to my heart because they're just necessary, you know, for not only for my professional life, but for my personal interests as well.
So you were a judge for the Innovation Awards. Any insights as far as kind of how that process went? And I know you can't reveal the award winners,
No.
but
yeah, it was. It's always interesting because you get different types of companies that some are very established businesses that are promoting new and evolving technologies in their portfolio, and then you have things that are completely orthogonal to what larger companies are doing, new applications that are being driven in economies that frankly most of us don't know very much about. And so that's the exciting part. You see the big find new ways to grow, to evolve, and you find things that you just never really considered or thought about in places in the world that we don't necessarily associate with innovation, and then all of a sudden little sparks occur.
So you had some great insights actually last time I saw you on cloud versus edge and sort of the emergence of the edge and what that means for interconnection and so forth. So any updates to that thought process on what's going on in the industry?
Well, the issues are getting more, as you know, they're getting more salient. It's a bigger problem to address. And the movement towards the edge that, frankly, you know, you've been writing about for quite a while it's not just coming into fruition, but it's right in front of us. And so, you know, with this, you know, we oftentimes talk about cycles, and there were cycles where the edge started for data centers, as an example, inside of city centers, and then we said, no, we need bigger, so let's move them out into locations that were further away. But applications are starting to drive the need for the edge to move even closer to the end user. And there was a time when this was largely theoretical, we were anticipating it, but the reality today is that, you know, people are trying to deliver the edge not just to the bottom of a base station, but to your person, you know, to your phone. Does that become the edge? And so all of the components that are required to make that happen, from the data center infrastructure to the network to the actual devices that we use, have to consistently fall within that paradigm so that the service is seamlessly delivered. And that's a challenge because these are different industries that talk to each other, but they don't always work together. And there are certain gaps in, even technically, which we weren't able to fulfill, say like these edge data centers that are now becoming important, where we need interconnect. They were just facilities inside of large office towers before, and now they're pods that are being, that are fairly modular, that are being pushed out essentially everywhere.
Right, and so there's a lot of challenges if you think about just heterogeneity and security end-to-end across that heterogeneous infrastructure. Any other discontinuities or challenges that you're really looking to invest in or facing?
Well, you said one of them, security. Security is a humongous issue, and aside from that, there are I think the ability to manage the compute resource requirements and deliver them against the latency thresholds is a huge issue and a bit of math that we have not worked out as of yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, well, it's provably NP complete, so the computational complexity will almost certainly surpass our capabilities for a long time.
That's right.
Okay, well great. Thank you so much, Simon. And we hope to see you tonight, Tuesday, at the Innovation Awards Gala ceremony.